nothing is ever 50-50. I don't think 50-50 can even possibly exist. And for example, the stats, when they say 90% of people fail, I don't think that stats even is real based on an individual basis, right? As like a global, as like a group, okay, that's true. But on an individual basis, it's literally the stats doesn't matter. It's irrelevant, right? So going back to that and the principle of 50-50 not existing, right? So the only way 50-50 and the stats on an individual level can exist is if you're assuming us as a consciousness, or just whatever you want to call it, right? That assumes that we can't dictate reality, right? Which has already been proven through the CIA documents, stuff like that. You can literally see it. So there's already experiments done on it. For example, the literal thoughts of thinking something can change the effect of an outcome, if that even makes sense, right? So for example, flipping a coin, simply believing, right, that you'd get heads increases the probability of getting heads. So even though it's a 50-50 coin flip, the fact that you actually believe that actually changes the outcome to a degree. So 50-50, in my opinion, can never exist. It's not possible, right? It's either you're above the 50 threshold, as in you have like a, you could say, positive outlook of the thing, or a negative outlook, so it's below 50, so it's not in your favor, right? So this applies to literally anything and everything. I mean, I don't know the exact experiments where they literally do it with a coin flip. They do it with a randomizer, like a number randomizer on the computer, which also influence that, stuff like that. So yeah, pretty much it's a simple concept, especially when it comes to the stats. What do they say? 95%, 99% of businesses, or just people in general, fail in business, which is stupid if you just completely ignore the quantum physics side of things and the metaphysics side of things, right? So it's already been proven that actual thoughts changes and affects reality. I mean, all the greats throughout history agrees you are what you think, right? Just randomly, all of them agree that, with different sources, different researchers, different, timeline, and they all agree thought itself influences reality, right? But when you go deep into quantum physics, you'll see how it literally affects it, right? It's like a direct, I mean, there's so many proof on it that it's just stupid to deny, right? So yeah, when you look at stats in business or health, for example, 99% of people can't cure this thing, 99% of people fail in business, just anything, literally any of the stats, just ignore it completely, right? Most people that start business are, they have the probability not in their favor, just because of the way they think, the way they operate, stuff like that. So just completely get rid of all stats. I mean, you can see it as like a general thing, because it is pretty useful to see that, 90% of people fail at this thing, right? While 10% win, and then you can see what's the difference between that 10% that wins and the 90% that fails, right? Obviously the actions are different, which all stems from identity, which is your beliefs, actions, and just the way you think in general. So I mean, there's not much to say to it other than your literal thoughts, you yourself can change and dictate reality to you. You can literally just bend reality to your will. So yeah, that's pretty much it.